So we got our chapter 16 news for the upcoming new chapter. We got Silent Hill, a classic, and the funny thing is that I watched the movies late compared to everybody else that probably seen all the movies and all. I managed to catch the movies a few months back, earlier this year, to really get into the series and watched all the Silent Hill movies. But for the games, I haven't really played them before. I already know that they've been out for a while on PlayStation. Just to pick the PS1 classics from the old days. But I'm really excited about this, from seeing Pyramid Head as the new killer, and then we got our new survivor who is Cheryl. And unfortunately for me, when I talk about this today, I didn't really get a chance to get all the parts, all the different information in regards to the parts with the survivor and the killer for Pyramid Head and Cheryl being the survivor. We're gonna have the new map, which I was able to catch. It's called the Midwich Elementary School from the movies and all that, so we'll be able to have that as a playable map. But I missed out on the information in regards to the parts for the survivor. But the only thing I did manage to catch for one of the abilities for Pyramid Head being the new killer for this chapter 16 update, which you guys can play now. The PTB is out right now if you guys play on PC, and if you guys are interested in playing and checking out this new chapter, you can go ahead and go in there right now and get your slay, start slaying out with Pyramid Head if you guys can get it to work, because I know a lot of people is going to jump on it. But for me, since I'm on console, we're going to have to wait 3 weeks from what I found out from this update. And there's some other things they're going to do in this game too, I'm going to talk about in this video as well. But the cool thing is that I'm happy with this chapter. It's another classic horror movie series. I love these scary movies. I always like watching them every day, and just I grew up watching these movies, and it's cool to see them implemented into these video games and just have someone like iconic. I know that others might feel just feel differently about the killer being added. I was guessing Candyman, I was guessing Pennywise the Clown, and a killer that I would personally like to see out of everybody else, out of all these classic killers, I would like to see Chucky added into the game. Sure, he's small, and when does that ever matter in the movies? Because he's his size, he always made it work. He always take out his victims that way, regardless of how small he is, and improvise and use different ways of killing people in the movies from the Child's Play movie. So I was thinking they can not only add him, but they could probably, for Survivor for the Child's Play chapter, if it ever was to come true, I think they could have did, like, they could throw in Andy Barkley, like, since he's older in Child's Play 3, they could just put him in it as a survivor, and each time you try to play as him, you automatically become a obsession. It'd be cool that he can work with the entity to really put survivors on the hook regardless of his size. But I can get into that if I want to, but I'm just going to continue to talk about the new chapter. But that's somebody I would like to see personally added into the game for a killer. My wish for a new killer for the game, or a new chapter. I'd like to see them implemented, because we already have a clown already, unfortunately, so we can't get Pennywise the Clown. Jason Voorhees is already too much trouble trying to get that license and trying to get past the law and all the issues that Friday the 13th is having. I don't think Jason Voorhees is gonna think Jason Voorhees, as cool as it would be to have him in the game, it'll be so many obstacles they would have to just try to get over to try to get Jason Voorhees added into the game. But some other things I caught about the chapter, just to discuss it, outside of his ability to block generators, I didn't get anything else, because they went through it so fast. I couldn't even get like all the different abilities that he can do, just the names, just the full description of each individual perk of what he can do in the game. So I'm just gonna share and just talk about it with you guys. But we got our map, the Midwich Elementary School, Cheryl as the survivor. Some other things that I'm really cool, I'm happy with that they're gonna be doing is the matchmaking. They're reworking the matchmaking, so when you party up, and that's why I haven't really been playing this that much too, because the matchmaking takes so long, and I've seen trying to get into a game, it takes longer when you have a full party of survivors than you are when you get into you have a better chance getting into a game playing solo than you do with a full party of survivors. So that's something else. That's why I haven't really been playing the game that much, because the matchmaking takes so long, and then you have to just get everyone together over and over. It's too much of a task. It's too much of a hassle just trying to just go through that over and over with the matchmaking being an issue. So I'm just really happy with the matchmaking changes they're going to implement for the game to try to make it better. They said they have dedicated servers on all the platforms now, so they're trying to just tighten things up with the matchmaking. That's some of their plans for the game going forward. And then another thing that I really like is the graphical update. I don't really care about the graphics. I'm not really much of a graphics person, but it's going to look good. They're going to try to keep it, going to polish the game a little bit more just to try to get it, just to keep it more appealing as we get ready to head into the next generation of games. So that's another thing that they talked about, the graphical update coming soon for the game, reworked matchmaking that I just finished talking about, and then the crossplay. The crossplay is going to be something that I also really like outside of the reworked matchmaking idea of the developers, because the crossplay, since some of you guys that play on PC or Xbox, you guys can't join the party and be able to play and matchmake and just get into matches together and play with each other during the games and try to survive together during the matches. So now they're going to make the game crossplay, and their plan, from what I gather, is that crossplay is coming soon with PlayStation 4, Switch, Xbox, and PC, and also mobile by the end of this year. I think mobile is included. I'm not too sure, but I just managed to just get PC, Switch, Xbox, and PC, or maybe all the platforms, mobile included by the end of this year. Is going to be one of their goals that they're going to try to do for Dead by Daylight. So I think that'll be pretty fun. They try to pick people up from different platforms and try to survive together and have some fun. But that was basically everything else that they really talked about for this little update. Just to talk for this video, to talk about the Chapter 16 Silent Hill coming soon to Dead by Daylight. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. But that's just I just also wanted to share like a killer that I wanted to see added into the game. But for me, I'm just grateful that they're just continuing to keep the game alive, because it's been out for a couple years, and games that don't really go on and be consistent as these developers have been over the course of the years. I'm glad that they're still bringing out content to the game to keep people playing, even with all the different games that's coming out. There's a lot of great games coming out within the next month, and just within the 3 weeks, we're gonna have a good variety of games to play, and going into the rest of the year for all the games to come out. So I'm just grateful that they bring in more continuous content and consistent, and they communicate what they're going to bring to the game and what they're working on, because some developers are not very good at that with communication and being consistent with the updates. They'll go goes, and they won't really say much of anything to really have an idea of what's to come or what's going on with the game. So that's something that I can definitely say for these developers. These developers have done over the course of a few years they've been out. So I don't know what you guys think. I just wanted to talk about it for a little bit, just to share my thoughts for this new chapter update, Chapter 16 for Silent Hill. But just as I said, you guys can already go ahead and play it right now. If you're on PC, check out that PTB, and I'm going to be checking out and seeing what he can really do. Pyramid Head and the new map from the movie, the elementary school that we have. But just something really quickly before I wrap up. When I first saw the trailer and I saw that school, I was immediately thinking about the It chapter, because they were in the class and all that stuff. So I thought they were really just having like just illusions of seeing Pennywise the clown. I was just waiting for a balloon to pop up just right up at the school. I just immediately thought it would be Pennywise. But I'm cool with the Silent Hill chapter. Seems to be pretty good, and at least we got something, and it's better than nothing, regardless of which killer you guys expected and was hoping to see. But I'm sure they could do a lot more with this game. So we got Silent Hill, we got Ashley on the screen from Evil Dead series that was only just a survivor over the summer a few years ago. I'm sure they can do a lot with the game now, because we have Silent Hill, and even if you didn't get the killer that you wanted or the chapter that you wanted, we still got something anyway. It's better than nothing. They could have just delayed it because of the outbreak. They can just easily just stop making content for the game and just stop and all. I'm just glad that they just decided to just keep it going. But that's all I really wanted to say and just share for this video. But I'm looking excited. I'm excited for it. I'm just gonna probably just wait for the new chapter update and just see how it goes and how everything goes together. But I'm sure they're gonna make changes to Pyramid Head and the Survivor if necessary, depending on how the PTB goes. So I'm gonna check that out now and see what the gameplay is like and what he can really do on the map. So let me know what you guys think about the new chapter. I'm definitely hyped, and since I don't really play Killer that much, but I might just end up getting Pyramid Head. That's for sure.